if you had to choose one, like they only told you choose one, you going to either do the singing or rap. Which one you would choose?
Man, um, deep down in my heart, damn.
That's what I was saying.
Uh, man, let me tell you something. Hey, babe, look at my wife. My wife's sexy as hell. Hey, look, um, I can't pick, bruh. I'm gonna tell you why. Because it's been times where I've been in so much pain. A rap I couldn't cry that shit out like that, bruh.
Mm,
You know what I'm saying? I
yeah,
couldn't, man. I'm talking about times where a nigga just be somewhere in the dark place, rather it be a goddamn cell or facing a life sentence, but out on bond,
mm,
or I whatever, lost some, buried my child. Man, I couldn't
yeah,
rap. I had to sing, bro. I had to moan. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah,
and it's just something about that. It's something about tapping into them old Negro spirituals, man. Hitting them notes that come from your big toe all the way up through your nut sack, through your lungs, and you know what I'm saying. Um, but I've done the same thing with a pen and a rhyme, so I just thank God for both.
How long it take you to write that hook to come out that hook? Just for the moment.
Um, Short story. I was just walking around. I had just got transferred from St. Bride's Correctional Center in Richmond area, like Powhatan. A nigga tried me. I did him dirty. They put me in a hole for 2 months. Um, and they shipped me, and it was around in there. My sister went to Iraq. Godmother Terry passed, and that's when
Mm,
I wrote it. Like I so with that particular song, I just remember walking around humming. You know what I'm saying? Um, I think I started messing with it when I was in the hole, and then they transferred me to no, I left James River and they transferred me to St. Bride's where I finished my bit at. So yeah, but different
you still
songs. It just
the
depends, man. Sometimes I just be vibing. I don't listen to the radio too much. Sometimes I ride in silence or I ride with beats, and by that time I just keep vibing to it. And I got my own studio, studio, barbershop, salon, shit like that. Um, in a facility out in Cobb County. Um, so I be up in there, man. I'm gonna get to it. You know what I'm saying?
How long you been geared to work on this project that you about to release, man? How long you been like when you got started to now?
Honestly, I I put out the Point of No Return album, and it was real East Coast based because I was living in VA and I was back and forth from Virginia to New York and Connecticut. Still true to me, but that album was like a nod to a new life, like Point of No Return. But the crazy shit was I ended up moving from VA to Georgia. So while promoting this project, it was kind of difficult because of my region.
Hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I had to sit back and not only that, but again, rebuilding my life, um, having to be financially wise and realizing like, okay, I had a great album still, um, but I wasn't in the position to cover all aspects of putting out an album. I might have had PR, certain amount of videos, but say my website wasn't right, You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
Or I didn't have proper distribution or a proper team,
Yeah.
different things set up. Put it this way, I knew how to make music at that point, knew a little bit about the business, but I didn't know how to sell music,
Okay.
properly market it and promote it.
Campaigns and all of that.
So yeah. And I didn't feel like I was financially strong enough. So I made a vow to myself that I was gonna take the remaining bread that I had, invest it, work hard, save, learn, educate myself, tweak my sound while still staying true to me, do a soft rebrand, and then come when the time is right. And it I dropped my Point of No Return album 2017, 2018, pushed that heavy, and after that, I did a lot of film
Like
projects like
soundtracks and all of that, right?
yeah, Ronnie Coleman movie,
Yeah.
yeah, The King, Monsters and Mass. I did the 4-part Generation Iron 1, 2, 3, and 4.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I stay right.
You stay
I'm a
busy on that. You found
man.
another
I'm
way
a
to get
stay.
it. That's
Yeah,
dope.
man. And if I
Let
ain't
me ask
doing
you
that,
this since we on that question, right? Not to cut nobody off, my fault. But since we on that question, like, do you still receive like royalties from ASCAP or BMI from like all your old stuff to
yeah. Yes, sir. I ain't on. Yeah,
ain't
King's
missing?
Nation Publishing. I got my own. I got my own label. Um, you know, and don't get me wrong. If the major's talking proper, I'll fuck with them. But it got to
Mm,
make sense.
facts.
It's business, and only because I know what type of artist I am. Humbly
Yeah.
speaking.
Yeah,
Um, that's just like real life. Humbly speaking, and I'm a businessman. You know what I'm
fact.
saying? I'm not coming to the table on a hope and a dream. Like I'm coming to this shit proper EIN. You know what I'm saying?
Mm,
LLC paperwork, everything is situated, funding situated, bank account situated, American Express
mm,
gold cards, the thick ones. You know what
mm,
I'm saying? Ownership of properties, personal and business credit straight. You know
facts.
what I'm saying?
Mhm.
Like, yeah. And I say that because I need people to know that love music, man. Hey, man, this shit is a business. And,
Real-
and, and the more you take it as a business, the better off you are. You see what I'm saying? Because you got these youngins running around, um, spending thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars to look like they on, hoping that somebody with some money will invest in their dream. I'm talking about risking their life and their freedom. All because they're misinformed.
Facts.
Mhm.
Uh, You know
I
what I mean?
wanted
A
to
lot of
ask you.
artists. Go ahead, my fault.
Oh, not to. How the movie thing work? Like you would record a track and you would just like post it somewhere and then they'd pick it up if it fit they script. Like how
Nah.
that work?
Okay, so networking. But I'm gonna keep it a buck with you. Um, after I told myself I was gonna do a certain amount of work with a particular group of people. Once I seen that they didn't value it, and I felt like I gave enough work to make a statement in that department, I kind of pull up on the people like, hey man, y'all ain't moving proper with business. And at that point, we kind of like they did their little thing, I did mine, but
His
Yeah,
signal drop. You good?
yeah,
Your signal. Nah, we can't hear you. Pop back in.
yeah, somebody called me.
Oh, all right. Nah, that's yeah. It be
yeah,
doing that to
good.
us too. But
Damn, you was just dropping. Jews
we
and
lost you. You know what I mean? When you, the point you was making, man,
Where was we at? What's the last thing y'all heard?
you was telling us the process getting your music put into film and all of that stuff.
Oh, really is about relationships. You know what I'm saying? Different music supervisors and different directors. Um, that you know, I had a few relationships, and that's how that came about. And
Okay.
and then it's also about like people. I don't know how much people really know about me when it comes to going in the studio with me. I know about everything in that motherfucker. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah,
Like,
musically inclined.
like, yeah, like real life. I know about everything in that motherfucker. Like, if I want live drums on my shit, I can play a good enough to get what the fuck I needed. Live bass, different things like that. But
Mm-hmm.
that piano, I'm gonna beat that piano up.
Yeah.
And then I'm gonna get on them boards. I'm gonna make sure it sound how I need it to sound when it come to Logic, when it come to Pro Tools. Um,
Damn.
and then I'll write this song. You know what I'm saying? And I lay the backgrounds. You know what I'm saying? I lay the leads. You know what I'm saying? I
You go to
engineer
work
myself.
then.
Huh?
Word
But you
up.
go to work
That's
when you go in
important
there.
though.
Yeah,
You ain't
like,
playing around.
yeah, like, but or it just depends on what's going on. And I got a decent circle of A1 people I rock with. Shout
Word.
out to Knots. You know, I got some platinum niggas. Shout out to Nick Fury. You know, I got some super producers that I got. These my brothers, like, you know, but I also got some young dogs. You know what I'm saying? And then it just depends on how I feel. I go in there and do it myself. I got batch of beats. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That from me myself that I rock with them when
Uh,
when I want to.
how your relationship today with most of the people you met in the music industry over the years?
Um, for the most part, pretty good. Um,
Like you got a couple people you could call, like, yo, you know what I mean? I'm doing this joint right here, you know what I mean?
yeah, definitely. But I think the thing about how I came in the game, um, first of all, the industry was different, and I went straight from prison in the streets to
Mm,
the majors. You see what I'm saying?
word.
Um, it was just different. So a lot of those relationships, you gotta think about it. Like they can only do so much when you to a certain point. So now let's say the game that I'm playing now, I'm moving like I'm major. You see what I'm saying?
Mhm.
And it's a gradual process. Now, once it get to a certain point, then it makes sense. Then it makes sense for their brand to be associated with my brand. Then it really shows them like this time right here, this really showing people like, oh, whoa, whoa, whoa. Nigga was stomping 0405 crazy.
Mm.
Nigga, it's 22, nigga. My nigga still got a fucking 8-pack, nigga. Tatted up,
That's what.
leveled up. We ain't take no breaks, nigga. I'm richer than before, nigga. You understand what I'm saying?
Word.
Like I'm sharper than before. We talking about Henny. We talking about Hennessy and human flesh, bro. We getting better with time, nigga. We putting young niggas to shame, showing them that life is about balance, man.